muscle gain, any kind of body transformation, the most important thing that you need to focus on is not macros, it's not your workouts, it's actually your mindset. And the reason for that is, regardless of whether you have the perfect workout plan or the perfect macros, right or wrong maintenance level or whatever, like so many people are too worried about the actual numbers and having the perfect plan without spending any time working on your head, right? Because at the end of the day, your head is the thing that lets you down the most time and time again. If you are not where you want to be, it's most often the case that you need to work on your mindset, right? You need to improve your consistency, your discipline, your self-belief. You need to get rid of those limiting beliefs in your head that are actually holding you back, all those fears. So this video, after all of that, I want to give you 5 tips that are going to help you with your discipline. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jody and I help you change your beliefs so you can change your body, your health, and your life. So the inspiration for this video came from a comment I got. Someone who said that they struggle with 2 things consistently. Even just knowing that is a huge plus, right? Because so often we are not self-aware enough to be able to see that that is the actual issue and we need to work on our mindset, right? As I said kind of before. Anyway, so the 2 things they struggle with, mindset and injuring myself. I have scoliosis and I'm not currently being treated. So with injury, the solution to that is pretty clear. I need to resume treatment for my spinal problems. This plays into mindset somewhat, but even when my back problems don't affect the workout, I have a lot of trouble maintaining the proper outlook to keep moving forward. Do you have any advice on how to be more disciplined? Now, I want to start by saying you are not alone. Yes, your injuries play into this, but so many people struggle with discipline. Like, so many people don't get to where they want to be because they're simply not disciplined enough. They're relying on motivation and they go hard when they get that spark of motivation, but then when they don't have it, they just fall off track. Or they get sidetracked by other things happening in their life and they don't know how to keep going even without that motivation, right? You have to learn how to be consistent when you don't have motivation, because motivation never stays around for very long. And in order to transform your life or your body, you need to have staying power. You need to stay the course for long enough. So this person also says, for me, I see a huge need for a lifestyle shift, but have not had any success implementing the necessary changes. So that is where I want to start. Don't look at it as needing a massive lifestyle shift, right? Start smaller, start simple. What can you start implementing in your life now that is going to have a big impact on your workouts, how you're feeling? That is a huge one, right? Like, people disregard sleep too often. Sleep is so important for how you feel, and how you feel every day, how you wake up is going to impact your decisions around food. It's going to impact your workout performance, and even if you can be bothered going to the gym. If you're always waking up tired, lacking energy, and like just feeling blah, that's going to change how you approach your day, and it's going to make it even harder to stay consistent at the end of the day and have that discipline. So focus on something like sleep, because that is going to have a huge impact on everything else. Or maybe sleep is difficult because you're a mom and like it's just not the right time in your life to be focusing on sleep. Focus on something else then that is going to have a big impact. But keep it simple, keep it small, keep it something that you can do easily and like you kind of know that you can do it. And then once you nail that, add in something else. Slow and steady wins the race. Small gradual changes end up having a massive impact. Now this leads on to the next tip I have for you, which is to make sure you are looking for the positives, looking for what you're doing well all the time, right? Because our brains collect evidence of what we're doing well, what we're not doing well, and then you subconsciously use that when you approach a problem again or you approach anything in your life, right? And so you want to keep reinforcing the fact that you can do this, you have got it, you're doing well, because that is how you're going to get more of that. You're going to be in that positive cycle. When you feel like you can do it, when you feel like it's becoming easier, when you feel like you're succeeding and achieving and staying disciplined, then you're going to be in that positive cycle, because that's going to make you feel motivated because you are doing it. and then you're going to keep wanting to do it. But if you are looking for evidence that you can't do it, which like all of us do that just naturally, right? We look for the negatives first and how we're not doing things so well, and then we blow those up, and then we get into this negative cycle of, oh, look, I did it again, I failed again, I went over calories again, I'm no good, I can never do this. How does that make you approach your day, right? Like little things like that make such a big difference to how you set yourself up for success. Now, the next tip I have for you is to simply practice with easier things. It kind of ties into the first tip I had for you, but discipline is just a skill, right? The more you practice it, the easier it gets, the better you get. I think one of the reasons I'm so disciplined and have been is because I learned piano when I was a kid, and I had to practice every single day. I did exams for it, and I just, like, it was trained into me. It was a skill I developed from a young age, and it's carried across to me doing very well in school because I was super disciplined to study when I needed to. And it's probably carried across into how I run my business now as well. Then obviously how I train and like my body transformation and all of that. So just know anything you practice, you can get better at. So start with 7 days straight, mark it on a calendar. I'm going to stick to my macros for 7 days straight, or I'm going to get all my workouts in. I'm going to move in some way for 7 days straight. It doesn't necessarily have to be working out. It can be just getting steps in, moving in some way every single day, right? So mark it on a calendar. Once you get to 7 days, you can make a little reward for yourself as well. Like, okay, I did it, reinforce that positive action, and then you can extend the time, right? And you say, okay, this time I'm going to do something for 14 days. Next time I'm going to do something for 28 days or a month, and then have it on your calendar and mark it off and start to see that you actually can do it. And if you stuff up, don't call yourself a failure. Don't think that you can't do it. Just start again. Just try again. And the more you practice it, the easier it's going to get and the better you're going to get at it. Now, the next tip I have for you is something really, really important. I think I've spoken about it a little bit before, but you have to simply be that person, right? You have to start becoming that person. And so when you wake up in the morning, rather than seeing your current reality and who you are right now, maybe you're not happy with that person or that reality, and that's fine if you're working on improving it, right? And it can seem like where we want to be is so far away, but you have to start being there already. You have to just pretend that you are that person that has those things that you want, and wake up and put that suit on and then go about your day pretending to be that person. Now, the last tip I have for you is to simply get someone to like keep you accountable. Recently, you might have seen on my other video, I had to fire my fitness coach, and I didn't really realize, like, I've had a coach for a very long time and like pretty much my whole fitness journey, and I didn't realize how much that has tied into me being disciplined and motivated and consistent at the end of the day. Like, yes, I am disciplined and I could do it myself, but it's just crazy. Like, I've had 2 or 3 weeks off now from having a coach, working with a coach, and over Christmas I went to Melbourne. I still got all my workouts in because I had my coach at that time. I went to Melbourne last week and I ended up training once because I was just like, whatever, I'm kind of just doing whatever I want at the moment, let's just enjoy it. And then I just started with my new coach today actually, and already I'm like, yesterday I was hitting my calories perfectly. I haven't been eating enough up to that. So for me, it makes a huge difference with how, like, just having that external accountability keeps me focused and makes me want to do better, almost to impress that person, right? Because anyone I hire to help me out, to be my coach or mentor, I like that person, so I want to impress them in a way. It's like when I was in school as well, part of the reason I got good grades is because I liked my teachers and I wanted to be that superstar student, right? And so it's the same now. I want to be that superstar client. So it helps me to stay disciplined and do what I need to do at the end of the day. So if you can't get a coach yourself, that is fine. I'm not saying you have to do that, but just recognize that external influence and how powerful it can be, right? If you are having trouble staying disciplined and consistent, can you get someone else that you trust to help you out, to help keep you accountable. And it's got to be someone you trust, but someone that will also say it as it is and isn't going to be like, often your immediate family is not good for this because they don't want to see you struggling. They don't want to see you just like uncomfortable. They don't really get that vision in your head. So it has to be someone that kind of understands the vision that you're seeing and wants that for you, believes that you can get it, and is willing to push you even when you don't feel like doing it, even when you kind of are feeling blah or you're feeling sick or something like that. You need someone to be like, hey, that's actually not a valid excuse. Go get it done. You've got this. So that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you liked it, please like it. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. And if that is the case, I will see you in the next video.